The moment I woke up after surgery, the first thing I asked was, "Where are my children?" The nurse looked confused. "Weren't your parents supposed to be with them?" My heart dropped. Just hours earlier, my mom had hugged me and promised, "Don't worry, sweetheart. We'll stay with Emma and Noah until you're out of surgery." I believed her. I had no reason not to. As a single mother of two, I rarely asked anyone for help. My daughter Emma was 8, my son Noah was 5, and they were my whole world. The surgery wasn't optional, it was necessary, and I had spent weeks arranging everything so my children would feel safe while I was in the operating room. When I called my mom's phone, it went straight to voicemail. Then I tried my dad. Nothing. Panic rushed through my body, ignoring the pain from my stitches. My hands trembled as I kept dialing. Finally, my neighbor, Mrs. Carter, answered my desperate call. Her voice sounded shaken. "Sophia, I found your kids alone at your house almost 2 hours ago." Emma was trying to comfort Noah because he wouldn't stop crying. I felt like I couldn't breathe. My parents had disappeared. They had left my children completely alone, and I still had no idea why. Mrs. Carter stayed with Emma and Noah until I could leave the hospital later that evening. The guilt crushed me, even though none of this was my fault. When my parents finally answered, they sounded annoyed instead of apologetic. "Sophia," my mother sighed. "You're overreacting. Overreacting." I cried. "You abandoned my children." Before she could answer, my sister Lily grabbed the phone. "Mom and Dad had to come with me," she said casually. My hairstylist only had one appointment available before my engagement photo shoot. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. "You left 2 children alone for a hair appointment." "It wasn't just a haircut," Lily replied. "It was important." I looked at my phone in complete disbelief. My surgery, my children's safety, none of it mattered as much as Lily's perfect hairstyle. For years, my parents had treated Lily like she could do no wrong. Every birthday, every holiday, every family gathering revolved around her. I told myself I had accepted it, but this time, they had crossed a line I could never ignore. After I returned home, Emma quietly walked over and hugged me. She whispered, "Mom, I was really scared." Those words shattered my heart. She told me Noah kept asking if I was going to die because no adults were there to explain anything. Emma tried to be brave, but she admitted she cried after putting her little brother to sleep on the couch. An 8-year-old had been forced to become the adult. Meanwhile, my parents posted smiling family pictures online from Lily's salon and engagement preparations. Not one message asking if I was okay. Not one apology. A week later, they invited me to dinner as if nothing had happened. When I arrived, my mother smiled. "Let's forget about the misunderstanding." Misunderstanding? Leaving 2 children alone wasn't a misunderstanding. It was a choice. For the first time in my life, I stood up, looked directly at both of my parents, and calmly said, "You didn't just betray me. You betrayed your grandchildren." The room became completely silent. My father finally spoke. "We knew Emma was mature enough to watch Noah." I stared at him in disbelief. "She's 8. He shrugged as though that explained everything. Then Lily rolled her eyes. "You're making this into family drama." I felt years of pain rising inside me. Every forgotten birthday. Every broken promise. Every time Lily came first. I realized this wasn't one terrible decision. It was a lifetime of showing me exactly where I stood. I thanked them for making everything so clear. Then I picked up my purse and walked out. 4 weeks afterward, I ignored their calls. Instead, I focused on healing, spending every spare moment with Emma and Noah. Slowly, our home felt peaceful again. For the first time, I stopped chasing love from people who had never truly valued me. Nearly 6 months later, my parents appeared at my front door. My father looked older. My mother's eyes were filled with tears. "We miss the kids," she whispered. I asked one simple question. "Do you miss them, or do you miss having grandchildren when it's convenient?" Neither of them answered. Instead, my mother quietly admitted that Lily had moved to another state after getting married. She was busy with her own life and rarely called. Suddenly, they wanted to rebuild the relationship they had neglected. I wasn't angry anymore. I was simply done pretending everything was okay. Trust isn't rebuilt with words. It's rebuilt with actions. And some actions leave scars that never completely disappear. I didn't slam the door. I didn't yell. Instead, I calmly explained that forgiveness and trust were not the same thing. "I forgive you," I said softly, "but I will never again put my children's safety in your hands." My parents cried. For the first time, they seemed to understand the weight of what they had done. Emma and Noah deserved adults who chose them every single time, not only when it was convenient. As I watched my children laughing together in the backyard later that evening, I realized something important. Family isn't defined by blood. It's defined by the people who stay when you need them most. My parents chose a hair appointment over 2 frightened children. I chose to break that cycle. And that became the greatest gift I could ever give my kids, because they would grow up knowing they would never have to question where they came first. They already knew. They came first in my heart. Always.
Hit the subscribe button and turn on the bell icon so you never miss a new emotional story. Your support means more than words can say, and it helps us continue bringing these untold stories to life.